Welcome to Session Daily Week in Review. On this program, we take a look back at what happened during the past week of legislative session. The legislature officially convened at noon on Tuesday, January 3rd. Here's a look at some of the highlights from the first House floor session of the 2017-18 biennium.
The hour of 12 o'clock having arrived, and in obedience to the laws of the state of Minnesota, it becomes my duty as your Secretary of State to call the members of the Minnesota House of Representatives to order.
The opening ceremonies began with members taking the oath of office and the election of the Speaker of the House. Representative Kurt Daudt was elected to his second consecutive term as Speaker of the House, and he spoke to the body after being elected.
We need to make state government more responsive to its citizens and make it more efficient and effective. The work ahead of us will be demanding, but we have the unique opportunity to significantly improve the state of Minnesota. Just as Cass Gilbert, an architect raised in St. Paul, Minnesota, worked with skilled tradesmen to construct the second largest unsupported marble dome in the world, we must work together and harness our varied experience to deliver results for all Minnesotans.
Representative Mike Freiberg, a DFLer from Golden Valley, paid tribute to Representative Lyndon Carlson Sr., the DFL member from Crystal, who became the longest-serving House member in state history.
You know, this was the beginning of my 45th year, but it has truly been an honor to serve here in the Minnesota House of Representatives. I do want to thank my family, many volunteers through the years, and my constituents for returning me to office 23 times.
On Thursday, Republican lawmakers unveiled a health care proposal they say is their top priority this year. Representative Joe Hoppe, chair of the House Commerce and Regulatory Reform Committee and sponsor of House File 1, talked about his bill.
This is an important issue, and I think everybody recognizes that. The Speaker and the Majority Leader meeting with the Governor the other day, I think was after the Governor had his press conference on Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday. I think that's a really good step. We are probably going to move at slightly different speeds than the Senate, but we are going to make sure that all members get a chance to be heard. We're going to be talking about MNsure and healthcare and health insurance a lot this session, lots of different potential reforms coming up. I look forward to working with everybody that's going to be involved, people from the administration, House, Senate, everybody.
Later that day, members passed the session's first bill. Representative Greg Davids, a Republican from Preston, sponsors House File 2 that would conform the state to some federal tax code changes made in 2015. Representative Paul Marquardt, the DFL lead on the House Taxes Committee, spoke in favor of the bill.
I want to thank Governor Dayton and Commissioner Bowerly and House leadership and Chair Davids for working together so quickly to bring this bill forward. In fact, this is the 7th time in the last 10 years we've done tax conformity. It's always been a very strong bipartisan effort by this House. And the quickest time, according to some House research, that we've done this and got this to the Governor is January 9th in the last 10 years. So if we can do this today, we can set all sorts of good standards. But I am very optimistic, and I am hoping that the cooperation between the Governor and the House and the Senate is a sign of some very good things to happen this session, because when we do work together, the state of Minnesota benefits. So members, please vote yes on this amendment and yes on the bill.
The bill passed as amended with a 130-0 vote and was sent to the Senate. A motion to suspend the rules so that the House could take up the House File 1 healthcare bill failed. DFL members argued that there wasn't enough time to properly vet the bill to address rising healthcare insurance premiums.
Everybody here wants Minnesotans to have health care coverage, to be able to access health care. If you do, and I think you do, I urge you to vote no on this reckless, risky motion, and let's send this bill through the proper process where it needs to go.
Members continued the health care premium relief debate after a motion to suspend the rules to take up Representative Liebling's House File 67 premium relief bill.
This is a crisis. It's not a laughing matter, and it's not just 5% of the state. It's a big deal. So Representative Liebling, if you're asking to suspend the rules to address this, I think we are going to be chewing on this plenty in the opening days and weeks of this session, but I think that we want to be, if you say that the proposal that Representative Hoppe was not ready for prime time, obviously you're not ready.
The motion to take up House File 67 was withdrawn. That's a look at what happened during the first week of session. For more coverage of the Minnesota House of Representatives, check out our Session Daily coverage on our website, www.house.mn/Session Daily. Thanks for watching Session Daily Week in Review.